Hey everyone, welcome back to another video. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. If you are new here, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss any videos. And if you are returning, well, thank you so much for your support. I am so glad you're here with me today. So, it's all about sticky notes today, folks. We're going to talk a little bit about them and what you can do with them. So, let's go ahead and get started. All right, so you may have heard me rave about these coordinated accessory packs and how much I love them. But the reality is, if you do not carry this around with you, which I have also talked about storage ideas on how to do that, but if you don't, if it makes your planner too bulky or you just don't have the ability to carry it around with you, and sticky notes kind of seem like more an on-the-go type thing, then really how are you going to use the sticky notes that you have down here? So there's several different options that you can do. What I would like to talk to you about today is how to take this and basically change it to the on the go. So, if you are like me, you love sticky notes, you have a sticky note pad in your planner at all times, but that doesn't mean that you use sticky notes all the time, and you may not need a lot of them. You might just want a few every now and again for when you need to mark things, page markers, whatever it might be, and you want them on you. So, let's store them. Now, the way that I would recommend doing this is in 3 parts. You could cut it, but I wouldn't. I have the hiccups, I'm sorry. I wouldn't do that. I would actually just go over here. There's this little tab. And as you can see, the sticky notes are completely separate from the rest of the pack. So you can just rip them off. And some of the sticky notes aren't the stickiest right now. You can just rip them off, and then you will be left with this not so attractive white film. But so you could actually try to get that off further, but if it doesn't bother you that much, then I would just say go with it and not really worry about it. You can get it off better, but it's just kind of a pain in the butt. So, all right, so then what you're going to do, since those are falling off anyways, you could take this whole thing and take a dashboard you already have, if you have a dashboard, glue dots. Glue dots are man's best friend. And just take a couple glue dots on the back. Oops. I got a little excited there. Add your glue dots. Try not to do what I'm doing right now, which is making a fool of the glue dots. And then find the placement you want and just place it down. Now in this case, these have fallen off, so I'm going to glue dot them back on too. The beauty of this, though, is that you could do it as I just showed you, or you could take, as there's glue dots everywhere, you can take a single one, and there's one right next to me somewhere, and pull a few off if you don't want the whole thing. You know, you have 5 or 10. And do the same thing. So it just kind of depends on what you are really trying to accomplish with how many sticky notes you want. But if you don't use them all the time and maybe you just want to have a few on there, I feel like dashboards are always something that you should have in your planner at any given moment. And so, you know, just doesn't take very much to just take that and just stick it on. It's not going to make it bulky or anything like that. And then that way, when you do put it in your planner, and for the sake of perspective, I'm just going to put it in this happy notes, but you would just throw it in, mark whatever it is at the top that you're trying to mark. And then when you flip it open, you have sticky notes right here for it. So I also, when I'm working in my planner, I always have a dashboard wherever I am. So what I also really like to do is take my dashboard, and I should have my planner next to me, folks, because this is what happens. I get confused with what I'm doing. But I like to take my dashboard, and when I have sticky notes or things that I want to write down, I just pull one off of whatever sticky notes that I have. And I actually use this as more my sticky note tab to keep track of things in my planner. So if I'm going to, want to make note, let's say I need to pick up toilet paper, I would just... And then that is kind of my guide for like paying attention to the sticky notes separately, especially if they're things, because at the end of the day, if there's anything long term, I reconcile that and put it in my planner. But if not, I just take it and I, write what I need to write down, and then it's as easy as that to get rid of that note. So look at the dashboard as kind of a blank section to leave yourself a map of things in case you do in fact need them. Don't look at it as a negative that you have sticky notes or that you don't have a big sticky note, because they're already on a dashboard if you buy sticky notes, which is great if you use them all the time. Having said that, if you use your sticky note section, and let me just get my planner so you can see what I'm talking about. Okay, if you use your sticky note section, like I use mine, which is a separate tab in my planner, you grab a sticky note and you get what you need to get, and then you have to flip back to... Okay, I got my sticky note. Now I'm going to go back to this section back here. And it kind of creates more work, whereas if your sticky notes are already on the dashboard to create that set of divide, then you can just do what you need to do and they're right there. So some of you may want to actually take this beautiful, even though it's already beautifully done, sticky note dashboard and move the sticky notes you use the most onto a regular dashboard for ease of use and keep that dashboard in the middle of your planner. I think that would be one of the the easiest way to get the sticky notes where you need them onto the place where you're going to use them the most. So I hope that makes sense to you, and I hope that you would utilize the sticky notes, because as much as I rave about these and how amazing they are, so many people have said, like, what do you do with those sticky notes? Like, they're not ever on you. I never use them. They're just kind of a waste to me, and I can totally understand that and relate. So those are just a couple ways. If you don't have glue dots and you don't want to pick up glue dots, you could tape them, hot glue them. You could actually probably take some Happy Planner stickers and stick them down. I mean, there's lots of different ways to adhere them to the dashboard itself, but just don't let them go to waste. Like, they are there for you to use. Even if you took them off since you're not going to use them and gave them to other planner babes, like, don't let them go to the waste. Let's share the... Who knows what that is? Let's share the Happy Planner sticky notes with the world. Okay. All right, everyone. Well, I hope you enjoyed this video. Make sure to join me on another video coming up this week. I cannot wait to see you all then. If you have any questions about sticky notes or would like to share your thoughts, please let me know in the comments. I cannot wait to hear from you. All right, everyone. Have a great day. Whoop! Earthquake.